Good morning, everyone. It's about 8 o'clock on Thursday morning, December the 11th. I've been at sea on my passage for 1 day now. I've gone about 110 miles. Today is a beautiful day. There's a nice breeze from about the east-northeast, blowing at about 12 knots. So everything's going fine, having a good time. It's nice to be sailing again. To give you a little idea of what's going on out here, or what is here, over that way off in the distance, is Panay Island. I can just barely see it through the haze of the clouds. That's about due south of my current position. Somewhere over in that direction, southwest, or maybe west-southwest from me, about a day away, is Boracay. The horizon is pretty clear. My current course about 300 degrees true. This little island over here is Pintolo. It's inhabited. A number of fishing boats over there. I don't think there's a real big settlement of people there because it's a fairly small island. The high mountains in the background that you see in the picture is Masbate Island. Now that's a pretty large island and has a pretty good sized population. I've never been to Masbate, only sailed by it a number of times. Last night was a pretty calm and easy passage. About 1 o'clock in the morning I went through a whole string of fishing boats. That's pretty normal out here in this area. This water is all quite shallow, under 200 feet deep. And of course this is where both Yolanda and more recently Ruby came through this area. And I cannot even begin to imagine what the sea state was like with the 100+ knot winds and shallow water can make for some humongous waves and very nasty conditions. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon on Thursday, the 11th of December. This is the continuation of today's video on my trip from Carmen Bay to Subic Bay. Had a pretty nice breeze today, and the wind really helped. I was actually able to sail for a number of hours before the wind went light, and then I had to start the motor again. Then the wind picked up, but unfortunately I was hoping it would come in from the northeast or the east-northeast, and it came in from the north instead. That made it very difficult to hold my course line, so I had to drop off a little bit further to the west. Now, as the sun is going down, it appears that the wind is easing off. It may be that I'm in the wind shadow of Cebu Island, which is just about due north of my current position. That's Cebu Island out there. It's a pretty good size island. Quite a few cities on it according to the chart, so I'm sure there's a substantial population. Where I'm going is over there towards the west end of the island, and you may be able to see way off there in the distance under that bank of clouds is another island, Tablan Island, I believe is the correct name. Anyway, there is a channel between Cebu and Tablan, and I want to go up through that channel. I'm thankful that the north wind, which was blowing pretty strong, up around 15 knots, seems to be easing off or dying down, because my course to get up through that channel is about 325 or 330 degrees, and with the wind blowing from 0 degrees, I don't know if you know, but sailboats do not go directly into the wind or closer than about 45 degrees from the true wind direction to the course that the boat is able to sail. So hopefully tonight it will remain unfortunately calm, but fortunately calm, because it makes it possible for me to continue under power up through that channel. I've got to go about, from this current location, I've got to go about somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 miles or so to get up through north through the channel and up over. There's a couple of small islands up there that I have to get around. Once I get through there, I can alter my course again to the west or the west-northwest, and I could hold that course even with a north wind. I'm expecting sometime soon for this wind to shift because of that low pressure down to the west-southwest, or from this location probably more southwest. Anyway, been a beautiful day, not much cloud cover, bright sunshine, blue skies, and as always numerous ships coursing back and forth. Saw one of those Day2 ferries, and lots of fishing boats. The sun is behind me, so I'm not going to turn the camera around in that direction. No longer can see anything back that way because of the haze. And of course, the visible distance from a boat like this across the water is only about 6 miles, unless what you're looking at is up above the horizon. Now, of course, there's a big island back there, but with the haze, which is the moisture in the atmosphere that sits right on top of the water, makes that so that there's nothing back there visible, although there are a number of islands.